Alright guys, so now it is time to unbox and set up the Samsung Neo G7 Odyssey. So yeah, let's go and let's do it right away. It's similar box to the G8, so I'm expecting to see almost everything the same. It's already here. Oh, like it. It's not that heavy. I just make it sound that it's heavy. Alright guys, so here is the back of the monitor, which is basically the same thing as the G8, except that this monitor, it's obviously black. And honestly, it doesn't look as good as the G8. I still think that the white glossy finish looks beautiful, but this is not bad. It's nice that we still have the light effect right here. And then this device goes right here. I mean, it's nice that we have this, right? And then we have here, this is the VESA adapter. This one goes, I believe it goes like somewhere like that. I'm not going to use this right now. It goes like this. There you go. I'm not going to use it right now. I'm just going to use the base, the power brick, of course, the power brick and the power cable. And then we also have the display cord. This is a USB type A to USB type B cable. And then we have the stand, the arm of the stand, which goes like right here. I need a screwdriver to assemble it. And then we have the little legs, the base. Alright guys, so before I move on with the installation, I'm just going to show you the ports this monitor has. It's very similar to the G8. We have two HDMI ports right here. Both of them are 2.1, so you're capable of doing 4K 120 Hz. So this works good for next-gen consoles. Then we have an HD DisplayPort. What the hell? DisplayPort 1.4, and then we have two USBs right over here, and then USB Type A right over here. This is the headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter, and the power port. Now over here we have the little controls. It's not a joystick, it's just buttons. This is the power button, and also you can assign these other little buttons for any other things. But I don't know, I'm not a big fan of this. I've been using the G8 already, and like I said, it's very similar. I'm not a big fan of it, but it is what it is. This is what it comes with this monitor. Alright guys, so here is something that I didn't show when I unboxed the G8. All the functions, all the functionality this monitor stand has. The stand is very solid. I mean, it's made of plastic. Honestly, it's not that high-end or high class, but you have many functions right here. For example, you can lift it up and down. You can also tilt the monitor. You can also rotate, sort of, if you need to do that. You can also rotate vertical. I mean, I wouldn't use this function, but you have it. That's pretty cool, right? And right here, the monitor, it has the stand has a little cable management, which is very simple, but it works. So it's nice to have that functionality. Honestly, the stand, like I said, is not that very solid. In my opinion, it's a little flimsy. See, the monitor shakes a lot, but I'm not going to be using this a lot, so it's not a big deal to me, but I just wanted to mention it. Alright guys, so here it is. I finally connected this monitor, the G7, to my computer. Now I'm using HDMI 2.1 cable to connect this, and let me tell you, oh man, it looks fantastic. I already play around a little bit with the settings, and I will show you what I did and how I set it up and everything. But I just wanted to show you a little bit of the picture. Now, keep in mind that this monitor, it is very, very similar to the G8. Both of these monitors are 4K, 32-inch, curved display, mini LED, 1192 dimming zones. It is very, very bright. But the biggest difference right now is that the G8 is rated at HDR 2000. So in this one, it is rated at HDR 1000. So obviously, it's much, much brighter. But in person, honestly, I do not see any big of a difference. And the other significant difference is that the G8 is rated at 240 Hz of refresh rate, while this one is limited to 165 hertz of refresh rate. Now both of them, you can run that at 4K resolution. Obviously, if your video card is capable of that, you can do that. But honestly, I'm very surprised how beautiful the picture looks, the colors and everything. I just wanted to show you just a little bit of how this looks. Let's go real quick to the Nvidia settings and show you what I have done. So let's go to the Nvidia control panel. Here's where you can change the resolution and also set up G-Sync. So right now I'm using 3840x2160, the native resolution, and it's running at 120 hertz, or you can use this one and run it at 60 hertz. But obviously I don't want to do that. I just want to use the 120 hertz. If you want to use the 165 hertz, we can change it from the menu, from the monitor settings, but you have to use DisplayPort as well. HDMI is limited to 120 hertz. This is, you can run at 10-bit as well, or 12-bit, but I'm just going to run it at 10-bit because everything's just based on 10-bit. RGB, and then we just apply that, and that's pretty much it. It should be already set up. Yeah, there it is. Over here, this monitor, you can also set up G-Sync, although it's not officially G-Sync, doesn't have official G-Sync support, but it is compatible with G-Sync. It has Freesync Premium Pro, so it is compatible, everything works, no issues, and that's here what it is right now. So yeah, let's go back over here to this video, and I'm gonna show you in the full screen right here. Look at these colors, looks beautiful, right? So let's go into the settings real quick. One thing I don't like is this menu, how you access the settings. It's really, I don't like it. It's really annoying, and then the whole monitor like moves around because the buttons are kind of hard to move on. So we have right away, you can see the black equalizer 120 hertz adaptive sync is on, and then we have the refresh rate. Here's when you can change to 165 hertz if you want to. You can change that right here, but we're just gonna leave it like that. It's limited through the HDMI cable anyways. So here's what you turn on adaptive sync. You turn this one on right here, and then we also have black equalizer. Now on my previous video with the G8, some people were complaining that the monitor black crushes all the shadow details, and the cool thing about this monitor is that you can always adjust the black equalizer to make things go darker or brighter. Notice how it changes. So you have those options. If you think it's too dark, you can change that. Let's go to over here, Infinity Core Lighting. So this is where you turn on the backlight and also the little LEDs right here in the front. This monitor has, same with the G8. Same controllers. Right here I have the front and the back. Turn on using the rainbow mode. And then let's go over here to the picture. You have a few presets right now. The custom preset is very dim, but obviously you can customize it. The brightest one I've seen is FPS. This is good if you are playing, first-person shooters and you want a little bit more of a brighter picture. And then RTS, RPG, and then sports, sRGB, and cinema. Cinema mode looks really nice. I like it. But you can always use whatever it pleases your eyes. Okay, right now I'm going to use RTS. You can play around with brightness, contrast, sharpness, color, and right here in color we have color tone, we have cool 1, cool 2, normal, 1, war 2. My god, you have so many settings with this Samsung monitors. It's really incredible how many options you have. The gamma, I have a mode 1, there's a mode 2, mode 3. I mean, saturation, that's it for color. Contrast enhancer, we can turn this one on or just turn it off. When you turn it on, I notice that you get more dark levels that are increased. Now black level, this option is only available when you're using the monitor at 60 hertz of refresh rate. Right now I'm using 120 hertz, so it's not available right now. Eye care screen adjustment and calibration report. I mean, you have picture in picture, on-screen display, the system. Right here in system, this is where you can manipulate local dimming. You can either turn off local dimming or make it or leave it in automatic. Something that I noticed right now is local dimming. I think local dimming is too aggressive. I'm using local dimming on high, and you can actually see the dimming zones right here with the mouse cursor, and especially in dark scenes. I mean, you can clearly see that difference. Don't worry about those lines that you see. That's from the camera. You don't actually see it in person. I just wanted to show you the local dimming. So let me change this local dimming to, we're going to change this to low to see what happens. So that's low, and it's still there. It's not as aggressive as high, but it's still there. So now let me change it to automatic. Local dimming works, but only when HDR is active. You see, when it detects HDR, then it'll turn on local dimming. But if there is no HDR, there is no local dimming. Alright guys, so I turned on HDR on my PC, and I gotta say, it looks terrible. Look at this. There is glow everywhere, not only just on the pointer, it's everywhere. It's in the letters. Let me just show you a little bit what I'm talking about. Look at that. It's everywhere. It's just really bad. So local dimming, it's on high. Let me switch to local dimming in automatic to see if that makes any difference right now, because it's on high. Let me switch to low. It's a little bit reduced. Let me switch to auto. Yeah, so in automatic, I think it looks much better. The glow is definitely gone, but this part right here of YouTube, it looks more like a gray. It doesn't look as dark as when I turn on local dimming, which is nice. This is what I'm used to seeing all the time. So I will suggest to use local dimming in automatic and only turn on those dimming zones when it needs it in HDR basically. Let's go play a little bit of Horizon Forbidden West. Si señor. Let's go into the settings from the PlayStation to see how everything is set up. Let's go into the screen and video output information. So resolution 3040 2160, VRR is on. Okay, color VRR supported, HDR is supported. So yeah, everything works. If you have a PlayStation 5 and you're looking for a monitor that supports VRR and everything, there you go. Everything works. Looking beautiful, my friends. Looking very nice, very bright. So a lot of people were saying like, oh, you know what, this monitor is not, or the G8 or this one, the G7, they don't have a sustained peak brightness of 1000. They can barely reach it. Guys, that's not the point. You don't want 1000 nits of peak brightness coming out of the whole screen. You don't want to go blind or anything. The peak brightness, it's where in the highlights. You see that sun over there? That sun is bright. If I look at it, it's hurting my eyes right now because it's so bright. You probably won't see it and in camera here because it's being recorded and then it's going through YouTube, and I don't know what kind of display you have, but in person, my God, that is bright. And I'm talking about the HDR 1000 here with the G7, and the G8 is very similar to this. So that's what they mean. It's like there are some scenes that you'll be able to reach HDR peak brightness, which is in this case 1000, but it looks beautiful. It is bright. That is where the contrast comes in, and you want to have this highlights in this particular scenes. Alright guys, so this is one of my favorite racing games here on the PlayStation. This is the Wipeout Omega Collection, which is a futuristic game, but it looks fantastic. This game runs at 4K 60 Hz, and I believe it does have HDR support as well. It's really nice, and it's running very smoothly right here on this monitor. So yeah, if you're looking for a monitor that has a really good performance, you can play at 4K 120 Hz if you want, and you also like to be bright and colorful, this is a really good option. I'm also looking for the in-zone monitor from Sony, which is going to be releasing very soon. But what I don't like about that already is that it's only limited to 27 inches, so it's not that big. I personally like to game on a 32-inch monitor. I think 32 inch is a sweet spot. So yeah, this is a really good option. Plus, that in-zone monitor is going to cost like around $900, almost $1,000, I believe. So I think even 900 for a 27 inch, I think is too expensive. It's too much. And that is where this monitor does come in. Alright guys, so if you'd like to see more videos on this monitor and maybe a comparison between this one and the G8, make sure to hit that like button and also subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you can get a notification when I'm uploading a new video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Joester and I'll see you guys on the next one. Joester out!